What's up, guys? It's Eric and Marcus from Rare Candy, and today we have another episode of Testing Grounds where we take new concepts that a new set gives us and we play with some kind of rough, unfinished, untested decks just to kind of get an idea of what these new concepts are capable of. But yeah, I'm on the left playing Darkrai Hypno, and Marcus is on the right playing Mega Scizor, both new EXs from the new set. Kind of the goal of the Darkrai deck that's going to be on the left, the new Darkrai EX. Its first attack, Dark Pulse. For just a DC, it hits for 20 plus 20 more for every Dark on the board. But that's really not why we're playing it. We're using it for its second attack, Dark Head. It's 80 damage plus 80 more if they are asleep. So with Muscle Band, you're hitting for 180, which knocks out pretty much every non-Mega EX. And its attack cost is just a Darkened DCE. And then on the right, Marcus, he's playing Mega Scizor. And yeah, that's just a proxy for Scizor, so ignore that blank card.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mega Scizor for 2 metal. He swings for 120 and discards either a special energy or a stadium on your opponent's active. And then he also plays things like Crawdaunt and hammers and a bunch of shenanigans like that just to kind of annoy your opponent to death and hopefully win that way. So here he gets the link and a medal, and just I think that was about it though.
Yeah, I didn't really get too much going on this first game.
And looks like I have a bunch of options. I have an Ultra Ball, so that basically just automatically means I can do stuff. Yeah, we play a bunch of ways to inflict the sleep condition to do that 160, 180 damage for Darkrai. We play Hypno. It's got a new card from BREAKpoint. It's kind of the backbone of the deck to put them asleep. So Hypno's ability, once in your turn, you can use it. It makes both active Pokemon asleep. So then we play a bunch of different shenanigans to kind of get out of the sleep condition for ourselves. Things like that stadium that I just discarded, All Night Party, that'll remove the sleep condition. We play a bunch of switching cards. So that's kind of the goal of the Darkrai deck is to put your opponent to sleep and hopefully take one hit knockouts. So, and there we see Max Elixir, which we fail, but that's a new card from BREAKpoint just in case you guys haven't seen it yet. You get to look at the top 6 cards of your deck and attach a basic energy to one of your bench basic Pokemon. So it's kind of like Ether back from Boundaries Cross, but actually good.
Yeah.
So it's really cool, especially in a format where we don't have Dark Patch or anything. It kind of has a similar type of utility. It helps you keep streaming attackers because it'll take 2 attachments for Darkrai to be able to get powered up. So playing something like Max Elixir really helps keep you in the game the entire time. So we see a Mega Scizor
Yeah.
and a Crawdaunt.
Yeah. Didn't really get too much that turn. I think I've got two Versus Seeker in my hand or something like
Yeah.
not good with no supporters in the discard. So
Yeah, even if you would have just had like a basic energy, that would have been huge for you.
yeah,
Just
just
because you
could attack.
well, yeah, so not only that, you could have saved your Crawdaunt too, because you could, put my Darkrai within one shot range the
Hmm.
following turn and take off the DCE.
Yeah.
So that would have been really big. So here you see Darkrai get powered up with a Max Elixir. And we'll probably just end up using Oblivion Wing this turn. Just to start powering Darkrai back up. Yep. And he stays asleep because we
Yep.
did put each other asleep with Hypno.
And then I top deck a Mega Turbo with no metal in the discard and
Mm,
then pass. And flip
yeah.
tails again on sleep.
I think the reoccurring theme in this series is Marcus's horrible coin flips
Yeah.
between both games. You'll see, but
Yeah, I need to get better at flipping coins, I guess.
dude, it's not hard. Just flip heads. If you were really good, you would just flip heads.
Yeah,
It's that easy.
I guess so.
So here, yeah, I'm gonna birch. I'm just playing some extra stuff down just in case I hit the tails off the flip. That way to ensure my deck is still, you know, a little bit extra thin. So here we just really need to hit a switch and a muscle band. That's what we're really hoping to pull here.
And then I'm just kind of hoping to pull a draw supporter.
Yeah, I'm over here flipping heads, hitting everything, and
Yeah.
Marcus.
I'm just like, well, I guess I get to at least watch you play.
Yeah. So, yep, there we take our first knockout.
And I
And,
think I get an Ultra Ball here, yeah.
okay, so that'll at least let him stick in the game a little bit longer. Probably just going for a Shaman, yep. And here I just let him switch out the DC or the first Seeker for a Mega Turbo. These were actually our first games with these decks, so we're kind of letting each other be a little bit liberal in terms of taking back plays and stuff. Just because this isn't like a super competitive match or anything. So Hammer, Parallel City. Parallel City is kind of a cute card. It doesn't really hurt me that badly here, just because I actually would prefer to get rid of the Shaman, and I don't really need more than one Eveltal on the board in this case. So, but it does kind of limit my options in case I wanted to go for a Shaman play to hit some cards. So here we just do a knockout. So Marcus at least did get a Scizor down
Yeah.
and start powering him up. But here I really need to hit Lysander just to take out that Scizor and just prevent any sort of comeback that Marcus could potentially make. Because all he really needs is maybe like a Scizor and, you know, hitting a couple heads on some energy, like crushing hammer flips, which he plays in this deck. And he could come back into the game, but... So I'm probably just going to go for Shaman and try to hit Lysander. Okay, I'm going to Super Rod first, I guess. So let's see what ends up happening. Yep, there it is. Okay, and yep, we see two Lysanders in hand. And so we put him asleep, heal the sleep with our Stadium, and then knock out the Scizor. So here, that's pretty much game.
Yeah. Didn't really get a lot going that game.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
I didn't even think, yeah, I didn't even see a draw supporter on that one, which is like you play like a decent number of draw supporters in
Yeah.
this deck. Like there's 4 Sycamore, 2 Birch, Delinquent can
Well,
or
no.
well no that doesn't draw you
Well,
cards.
AZ
I was thinking
can.
of I don't know why I was thinking Delinquent was like a gets this type thing for some reason. Yeah,
but
AZ could, yeah, like you were saying, if I could pick up the Shaman.
yeah, and we play like a heavy count of super scoop ups in there too. So,
Yeah,
you know, obviously trainers mail a bunch of stuff, just didn't hit any of it. It actually plays, I believe, the same amount of draw spores as the Darkrai deck is playing.
right.
So he's just getting really unlucky though.
Just gotta shuffle real good, I guess.
Yeah, dude, just shuffle better. It's that easy.
Yeah.
Just randomize your deck better. So here we start Drowsy. Not the best supporter or best Pokemon to start with, but we do run a high amount of switching cards, so it's probably not going to be a big issue. So here, hopefully Marcus can at least start with a supporter.
Yeah.
Or an Ultra Ball or something.
It's the least I could do.
Yeah, it kind of is. Okay, so looks like we will have a game. Okay, start Scizor and another Scizor. Okay, yep, starts with a supporter. Okay, so we might have a game.
Yeah, the Birch Boys.
How come you're not running Shauna, man?
Cause you gotta risk it and get the 7.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I'm pretty positive it backfires here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I just need to get better at flipping coins.
I think you get Ultra Ball though, if I remember right.
Yeah, so I get
So
to
you're good. So I mean,
grab a
drawing
Shaman.
4 isn't the worst
Hmm.
if you have an Ultra Ball, just because it gets your hand down really low. But
Yeah.
still, generally 7 cards is better. Drawing cards is always cool. So I think you just were trying to think, what am I going to discard with my Ultra Ball off this trainer's mail,
Yeah.
if I remember right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just grab a hammer and then
Yeah.
just Like, yeah, I'll throw that away.
Yeah, you can afford to get rid of it since Scizor already discards special energy, and you can always get rid of specials with Crushing Hammer if need be. So seeing the Shaman. So really, I mean, ideally, I feel like for this turn, all you really need to get down is like a core fish and maybe a link
Yeah.
in a metal.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say an
That'd be
energy.
ideal. Okay, so we get a metal. I feel like as long as you get your attachment, that's probably what's most important. Because you don't necessarily need Crawdaunt on the second turn of the game, but it'd be nice. Trainer's Mail, Ultra Ball. Get a Center Lady and a Sycamore. Kind of bummed I didn't get to use Center Lady in this series. It's kind of a cute card. It's one of the ways we try to get out of that sleep condition that we have to induce on ourselves. So you can do some cute plays with it, like you can use the Stadium to heal 30 and then Center Lady to heal an additional 60. So really disruptive card against decks that would normally two-shot your Darkrai's. And here we whiff the Max Elixir again. But not a big deal. We just really need one attachment this turn. As long as we draw into it, it's fine. So Darkrai. So that must mean we do have another supporter in hand. Okay, just first Secret for the Sycamore. So switch, and I don't see an energy. I might have whiffed. Oh, there we go. Just a DCE. That's fine though. So here, I forget what you have in your hand, but I feel like even if you just use Sizor's first attack to swing for 20,
Hmm.
that'll soften it up for next turn to be able to be finished off with Mega Scizor.
Yeah.
So even if for some reason you whiff an energy or something like that, I think you're still in an okay spot.
We get the birch again. I don't remember this flip, so I don't know if I get the 7 or not, but
Come on, Birch. I just try to avoid playing decks with Birch altogether.
yeah.
Like, it's not that I avoid playing Birch, I avoid playing decks that should play Birch just to not even have to deal with the coin flip.
Yeah.
Okay,
Get the heads, get the 7.
cool. So, our first positive coin flip of the series for Marcus so far.
Yeah. And I really like, I don't know, Birch over Shauna just because, like, I mean, yeah, you could flip tails and get 4, but Shauna only gets you 1 extra card, where if you flip heads, you get 7. So, I mean, I don't know. I like the Birch.
I don't know, I prefer Shauna and maybe like evolution based decks.
Yeah.
If you're something that really needs to see a lot of cards in the opening turns. Like some of these EX decks, they can afford to kind of hit tails just because they really only need one or two things on the board
Right.
at a time. But maybe an evolution based deck that requires maybe like a big bench or something, I would prefer Shauna just because I want to be guaranteed that in the early game I still have a decent shot at setting up. But generally speaking, Birch is better. But there's like certain instances where I kind of prefer Shauna.
Hmm.
But I mean, both cards aren't really good, to
Yeah.
be honest. But
And I remember there was like I think I was playing in the it was at the Columbia City Championship. I was playing against Ryan Sablehouse, and I was really close to decking out, and I played a Birch, and I was like, maybe I can flip tails this time, and I ended up flipping heads, and
hmm,
time was called, so it didn't matter too much. But I think I drew my whole deck, or maybe I had one card left or something.
see, should have played Shauna.
Yeah.
So yeah, we put him to sleep. Unfortunately, Marcus whiffed an energy attachment for the turn. That was really unfortunate.
Yeah.
But he mega evolved anyway, so he wouldn't have been able to attack. But here, we're just gonna ultra ball for Shaman. I know we're trying to hit an energy and some way to get rid of the sleep condition. So here we hit a dark. And we need to hit either a dark to power up the active Darkrai, or if we can hit DC in switch, we can attack with the bench Storm. Let's see. Can't tell what's in my hand. Okay, compressor. Just probably getting rid of some baby Volatiles, because after the first couple turns, you really don't need more than one or two. We just play a high count just to ensure that we start with it in this build. So just getting rid of Dark and any Veltal is fine. Because I saw we had a Trainer's Mail, so we're really hoping to hit either a switch or a switch, basically. Okay, so we got Muscle Band. So, yeah, attaching the DC for turn. Oh, and just going to manually retreat. And that's still fine, though. So we hit Mega Scizor for 180. And he can actually negate this potentially, just because the deck plays a lot of Super Scoop Ups and AZ as well. Okay, so we get rid of the DC with Crawdaunt. That's cool.
Yeah.
So if he can take out two energies here, one with Crawdaunt, one with the hammer, that'll actually probably set me back a turn from being able to knock out this Mega Scizor. Okay, so Crushing Hammer, Tails. Crushing Hammer, Tails. Yeah. So Marcus has had like the worst luck with flips. He's flipped Tails on like every sleep flip as well.
Yeah.
So okay, so he does at least get an energy to go down onto the bench size.
Another tails for the sleep too.
Yeah,
Not that it mattered. I'd just get KO'd anyway. But
but well, it might have made a difference because if he had woken up, you could have gotten rid of the basic dark with Crawdaunt, and then you Scizor to take off the DCE.
oh yeah, that's true.
So really unfortunate he had to stay asleep here. So we'll just attach DC and Sycamore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm flipping all these tails because I flipped a lot of heads at the local tournament prior to that when I was
Yeah.
playing Kyogre. I was getting all my birch flips and everything. So I went first, I think, every single game.
Dang.
Uh,
The good
so
life.
yeah, yeah. So maybe I used up all my luck earlier that day.
So we see a link, attachment, and probably just going for a Mega here. We have Hex Maniac and a Crawdaunt. Hex can maybe be relevant here just because Hypno's, the main way we amplify our damage.
Right.
So Trainer's Mail, hopefully trying to hit a hammer, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That would be ideal, I guess. Okay, so he does get rid of the DCE, but I'm pretty sure I have it in hand to just attach with, if I remember right. Yeah, I can't see my hand. Oh yeah, I think I'm trying to decide if I want to knock out a Shaman or the Mega, or attack the Mega. But here I'm going for the Shaman just because after that I'll only need to knock out one attacker to seal the game. And he plays a lot of scoop up cards, so I was just kind of worried that he could potentially pick the Shaman back up in a following turn and make me take a knockout on two non-EXs instead. So I feel like even though even though Scizor's just gonna knock us out, um, I feel like this is probably the better route though. So seen our link, and yeah, just a knockout, which is fine. So here, we're probably not gonna be able to attack with Darkrai this turn. So we really need to get a Muscle Band down on Yveltal and Oblivion Wing, because doing that will put him in one-shot range for Darkrai the following turn. Because if we only do 30 to it, it doesn't really do anything for us as far as the math goes. because Mega Scizor has 220 hit points. So here we put both of us asleep, switch into another Yveltal, and let's see what we get. So Birch, flip heads. I saw I had a Max Elixir in hand. I think I was just saving it in case I hit heads because my deck is starting to get a little bit thin here as well. And we still drew back into it, so that's fine. So, yep, just powering up Darkrai there. And cool, so we hit the Muscle Band as well and start to power Darkrai. And, ooh, okay, you did flip heads on waking up. That's good at least.
So I got two heads this game, one on that flip and then one on the birch
Yeah.
flip earlier. So that's not too bad.
So,
No, it's still pretty bad.
yeah. So Marcus really needs to take off some energy here. Because as of right now, I would either need a switch, which I'm out of,
Yeah.
or a Max Elixir and attachment to be able to retreat into Darkrai for the knockout.
And I forget if I've gone through my crushing hammers or not yet.
I think you have 2 left.
Yeah.
Still haven't played any Super Scoop Ups. So, depending on where to attach, I think I was debating between Yveltal or the Hypno, just because I have really no ways to retreat anymore. So I was thinking if you wanted to Lysander stall me to deck me out, that would be a potential possibility. So here, guess I'm just debating what to do.
Oh, I think my phone got low battery there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it went
So
into
there
my
we go.
turn and then I had to plug my phone in.
So yeah, we just saw an Oblivion Wing, which is fine, I guess. Helps power up Darkrai. Let's see, going for the Birch. And Tails, what do you know, Marcus?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you really need, like, if you can get, like, a Super Scoop Up. Okay, so Crushing Hammer, Tails. And here with Scizor EX, you can take a knockout and also reduce the damage by 20, which would prevent Darkrai from knocking him out in one hit. So
Yeah.
that's probably the best play he could have done. It's a shame he didn't hit Scoop Up, because if he scooped up the Scizor, he could just promote his benched one and evolve into the Mega he scooped up. But
Right.
here we see Verse Seeker for Lysander, and that's the game, guys. So, yeah, just a couple new ideas from the new set. Really unfortunate Marcus was extremely unlucky with all of his coin flips.
Yeah.
Just because you can see how just if there's 1 or 2 flips that would have gotten heads, it could have bought him an extra turn of not getting something knocked out.
Yeah.
And so, but when you hit like every tails that you can,
Yeah.
yeah, it makes it hard. So I think Scizor is still a decent card.
Hmm.
So he 2-shots everything.
Yeah.
Pretty low energy attacker, knocks out Shaman's one hit.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do some deck profiles too. So be on the lookout for those in the following days after we post this video. But like I said, don't discount Mega Scizor just yet. I think it's a good card. I think it's worth testing. We might just need to tweak the list just because these are pretty untested and rough ones.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty apparent Darkrai is good.
Yeah, yeah, Darkrai is definitely good. I think Mega Scizor is good too, but yeah, I was just getting really unlucky on the supporters and the flips and everything. I mean, I think the supporter count's fine, but I mean, maybe we could like throw in an extra Sycamore or something. I'm not sure, but I
Yeah.
still like the Mega Scizor deck. I think it's got potential for sure. I just didn't really give it its best showing this game.
Yeah, so maybe one of you guys can maybe try this out. Maybe change some things if you want. Let us know what you guys think, especially once we post the deck profiles, you'll be able to see the full list. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Just
Yeah.
so be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you for the next one. And just be on the lookout for those profiles in the coming days. That way you can see the list for these.